Hey, what's up, everybody? Video 44 coming at you another video. All right, so our Lakers got our second win in as many nights. 93-89 was the score against the Cleveland Cavaliers Summer League squad. And this was the most impressive game we've had in the Summer League, even more so impressive than yesterday. It was a real team effort. 5 players in double figures, 2 other guys that were close. So a total team effort, man. Bronny James walked out of there with like 13 points, 3 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks. 1 out of 3 from the 5 out of 10 from the field, if I'm not mistaken. So we definitely like what we saw from Bronny, and the aggressiveness and the overall comfort out there was starting to become clear. He's starting to become more comfortable. So definitely pleased with that effort. Colin Castleton was fantastic again. I think he had 13 points. I believe it was 7 assists. I don't remember exactly how many rebounds, but 2 offensive rebounds for certain. Along with the other rebounding that he was doing out there. Very, very efficient night. 3 out of 4 from the field for certain. But I think 6 of 6 from the free throw line, so you do the math. I'm remembering the stats as I just got through looking at them. But love that from him. I think Dalton Connect walked out of there with, I believe, 20 points. Definitely was doing his job all over the place. Rebounding the ball as well. Key offensive rebound down the stretch from him was big. Overall poise was good from our team. Blake Henson had about 8 points. I think he hit 2 threes out there tonight. He was good. Moses Brown came in and really helped us with the minutes that he had, rebounding and putbacks and stuff like that. 8 offensive rebounds as a squad, man. That was really the story for me. It felt like we had even more than that. We were just getting second chance points, and our big guys, Castleton and Brown, were just rebounding over guys and giving them putbacks. I felt like Max Lewis had a much better game tonight. 5 out of 10 from the field. After last night's inefficient, selfish performance that I got on his case about, I thought he came back tonight, played pretty well. It was just a really good game from everybody. It was only a few guys who didn't really perform. East, whom he's a young rookie guard, not really a point guard, but we keep him with the ball in his hands a little too much. I kind of want us to get away from him. I don't even think there's any more Summer League games. This might have been the end for us, but I wanted to see the ball in Kuzi's hands a bit more and Bronny's hands a bit more, and we just kept on running east, and he was kept on jogging. I mean, he really didn't do much. Not a whole lot out there. Turn the ball over near the end, his man be open and 3-point shots be let off. It was just, I'm trying my very best because these are guys that are hopeful. He's a rookie, you know what I mean? He's just stepping into his own. And trying to make a basketball team as an undrafted guy. So far be it from me to get on his case like he's supposed to be, some wonderful player, but he really was the weakest link for me in a lot of cases throughout this Summer League, and tonight was one of those games where I didn't think he played that well, but was on the floor a lot. So, it's about patience with young players and trying not to develop an idea that somebody can't play because they're not playing well when you're looking at them. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing for me. So I'm trying to discipline myself to just say this is a young guy who's trying to make his way, and we wish him to the best. And you know what I mean? That's really what I can say. But you can tell how hard it is for me right now because I had a hard time watching him throughout the course of the Summer League. He was given a lot of opportunities, and for him, you have to be happy about that. But all in all, I think we were pretty good. There was a guy by the name of Olivare that I thought came in and played some really good defense, man. I thought he was Blake Henson for a while, but as I started to realize he was moving a little faster laterally, I'm like, that ain't Blake Henson. Who is that? And his name is Olivare. He didn't score, but he had a +8 down there, and I wish I would have seen more of him because it looked like he was doing good things in this particular game. So that's another guy that I would love to see a little more of. Too bad I barely discovered him now. After 6 games of play, he was probably on our team not getting any minutes because we were playing East. That kind of thing. So shout out to Olivare, who I thought did good things with his minutes tonight. So, yeah, it was just a total team effort, man. I don't think there was a guy out there that didn't do well for the most part, except for East, to be honest. Everybody else with their minutes really contributed to the scoring, contributed to the rebounding. I think East had about 4 rebounds, so you got to give him credit for that. I think we turned the ball over a little too much, in certain sequences. I thought we could have did a little better taking care of the basketball. But all in all, I just thought the impressive word is that the team played well together. You can see that the more games they play together, the more comfortable they become. And it's too bad it's not a lot of games left to play, because they are getting better as a unit, and more watchable, more fun to watch as they get better. So it's just tough that this team didn't start finding its way until now. But we have won 2 games to end the summer league, and we're 2-2, a 500 club in the summer league, which is pretty good out of 4 games. And I like what I saw. I'm glad we played the guys we played. I thought it was a good chance we might sit Castleton or Connect tonight, but we played those guys and they gave us a lot of good play. And the synergy between those two is really something good to watch too. They're starting to learn one another, play off one another, and I love that. Got to give credit to the other team too. Jalen Tyson, one of my favorite players this entire draft, a guy I made a video about and told you about, went out there and had almost a triple-double, 1 assist shy of a triple-double, over 20 points. He was spectacular. I'm glad we were able to beat him on a night like this. It really came down to their team having looks that they liked. Imani Bates missed 3 clutch 3-point shots down the stretch of the game, and it helped us win. If he would have made any of those shots, we probably don't win. So, you don't want to smash Imani Bates in the head and say, oh, you suck. He was good. He had a good game. But just down the stretch, it just didn't fall, and they kept looking for him. So I know they're probably frustrated about that, but as a Laker fan, I'm glad it went that way. So, yeah, this is just a total team effort, man. You're talking about guys that contributed in scoring and rebounding up and down the box score. You name them, they pretty much helped us. And I love the fact that we were able to end the summer league on a high note. If this is the last game, which I think it is, it may be another one, I'm not sure. But we are starting to really, make it respectable after having 6 straight losses between the California Classic and the start of this summer league. We finally won 2 in a row, and they were pretty good games, man. And you see our guys really playing well. The thing that I think I really want to zero in on in this game is the 7 assists by Colin Castleton. Because if I'm not mistaken, he had like 5 of them in the last game or something like that. He is really showing that he can play make from the center position. He really does a good job of identifying who's cutting around him and getting him the ball. There was one sequence where it was a touch and go type of situation where he was given a pass and immediately tapped it to a cutting Dalton Connect for a layup. I mean, I just thought that was one of the best heads-up plays that I had seen him make. And, you can see where he can help your team. There are certain situations where he does get pushed a little bit by bigger guys, but as he's continuing to go in the summer league, you're seeing less and less of that too, where he's winning these rebounding wars, where he's getting his putbacks and offensive rebounds. So I'm curious to see what he's actually going to develop into, because one of the things I like about him also is that he can push the ball. That was the reason why I told the Lakers to go get him before he was even on the Lakers' radar. When I saw some highlights of this guy on a random video I was watching and saw what he could do, I immediately brought him to the channel, and the Lakers actually put him on the team not too long after that. Not to say that it was my idea, but I'm glad they were thinking the same thing I was thinking, because this kid can help you, and that was the specific trait that I thought made it so that he was a can't-miss prospect for us to take a look at. And we saw a little bit of that tonight, where he could push, pull it off the rim and push the ball himself. So you just saw that working in a good way today. And I think our team really is getting better, man. I like what I saw from all the young fellas out there. The frustration for me was just not allowing Bronny to play make a bit more. I need to see Bronny have the ball in his hands a bit more with the intention of making plays for others, because I want the Lakers to develop him into a point guard. I don't believe he's a point guard, but I think the idea that he's not a point guard has made it so that people are deferring the ball to other people instead of him, and I don't think that's the way to handle a 19-year-old prospect. If he's a 6'1" guard who's not normally a point guard, you put the ball in his hands and you turn him into one. It's the same thing that I was giving Luke Walton praise for when we first drafted B.I. B.I. is not a point guard, nor did we expect him to be a point guard, but we did put the ball in his hands and tell him to play make for others, consistently playing the point guard role, and as a result, he developed into a fantastic playmaker at the small forward position. You can't necessarily get away with Bronny not being able to play make for others as his development goes, because it doesn't work. Those type of guys at that height, they need to be able to make plays. They need to be able to put the ball up, push the ball, and start the offense and run the offense. He can most definitely be taught how to do that from this point. But if we constantly have him deferring as a shooting guard, he will never develop the point guard skills that are necessary for his piece going forward. I really thought the coaching staff dropped the ball there in this summer league. I don't care that he turns the ball over. I want to see him make plays. I don't care that his handle's not there. That's not the point. The point is to start the process early of him learning how to be a point guard and having point guard confidence, so that you don't have to have him be a 6'1" shooting guard for the rest of his career. You start him off early. You teach him how to be a point guard. His father's one of the greatest passers of all time. There's no way in hell that he's going to be deficient passing the ball. It's in his blood. So for me, I just thought that the coaching staff, and I blame them, didn't take advantage of an opportunity of allowing him to become a point guard and start the process of his point guard development skills. Very much disappointed in that. We deferred far too often to other guards, East specifically. I don't need Bronny giving the ball to East for really anything in the situations like that, because he ain't no more of a point guard than Bronny is. You see what I'm saying? It's not like East was getting the ball and then diming it all over the place. Bronny was making better passes than he was. So it was just, that was a severe irritation for my eyeballs tonight specifically. Bronny having to defer the ball to somebody else. No, he's 6'1", man. Let him run the ball up and let him make plays for his team. Let guys run picks for him. I prefer the ball in Bronny's hands than East 100% of the time for 100 different reasons. And I thought, well, possessions were better when that was the case tonight. So that's something that was very important to me, man. Bronny, speaking of, is going to have to continue to be confident. There's going to be a sequence that you'll see tonight where he passed up an opportunity at a three-point shot and then proceeded to travel and dribbling the ball away from a shot that he'd gotten from Colin Castleton, which he likely would have made if he'd have just taken the shot with confidence. He immediately came back down on the next play and created an opportunity for an open three-point shot with a step back, as the Cleveland Cavaliers had ultimately went under the screen in a situation where you're always taught not to do that. He took advantage of it and made up for the three-point shot that he missed an opportunity at shooting. But that sequence is important because essentially what I'm saying is his confidence has to be on 100 at all times. You can't have that hesitation, I don't want to shoot because I've missed shots in the summer league type of attitude going forward as he goes into the big leagues. If you get a shot like that, you need to let it fly. The mistake is not the shot being missed. It's you not taking the shot. And then furthermore, traveling on a misstep, you only misstep because you're not supposed to be making those steps off of that play. That shot needs to go up. So I know he knows that. That's why he came back down and shot the three. I'm sure his coaches will get on his case about it if they haven't already. But we need to have him understand that there's a balance that he needs to find between shooting 0 for 7 from behind the arc like he did 3 games ago and having moments like this where he's too hesitant to shoot. There's a balance. You don't want to overshoot, but you definitely don't want to pass up wide open, rhythm pass given shots. And that's exactly what he did tonight. And he's going to have to be coached through that. So, yeah, this is a big game, man. This is a big game. All in all, I thought guys played well. I like seeing Bronny's teardrop. He did a nice one of those tonight. Driving at the rim, rebounding the ball. He helped there. Defensively, I thought he was pretty sound. So it was a lot of spotlight on him. And I thought he handled it extremely well over these last 2 games. And with him contributing to the scoring, we win these games. That's been the difference. That's been the difference. Is him getting into the damn scoring column. So as I said 2 weeks ago before the summer league even started, if he wants to win people over, it's going to be in the scoring column. People are not going to be looking for your blocks or your rebounds or your assists. They're going to be looking for you to get over 10 points a night. And if he can continue to do what he's been doing these last 2 games as he goes forward into his career, he's going to find his way in this league. But he can't have no more 4-point performances, and he certainly can't have no more 0 for 7s from behind the arc. Balance. That's what it's going to be about for number 9. So that's pretty much my point of view, man. Love what I saw from Dalton Knecht. He killed it this summer league. I have all the utmost confidence in him that he's going to be a fantastic Laker. One of the best shooters we've ever drafted. Period. One of the best shooters we've ever drafted. And that's really what Dalton Knecht is going to potentially be so long as he stays a Laker. And a sound piece for us, man. And I just like this energy between him and the young guys. The young guys that we have look like they like playing with one another. Dalton Knecht, Colin Castleton, Bronny James, that trio likes playing with one another. So I'm going to be looking for J.J. Redick to let them play together in certain situations, probably in garbage time throughout the course of the season. But get them three on the floor together because they have a nice synergy that's already developing now, and you best believe they're going to be a big part of your future. And if they develop properly, those three, they change the dynamic of what our expectations as a unit is. Period. Because if you can get something out of all three of those guys, your team is better. It's just a lot better. And so that's what it is, man. Like what I saw from Blake Hinson in some situations as well. He does need to lose weight. He does need to play better defensively and develop further in other areas. But I thought he made some nice passes tonight. And this was a good Blake Hinson game, just like last night was. I thought he was pretty good there. And, we just got to find a way to get Max Lewis to be a part of a unit. Tonight he was much closer to being what I'd like to see him become more so going forward. Yesterday was rough as hell, but tonight I thought he was pretty good. He was aggressive, driving at the rim, and helped his team. So I definitely want to congratulate Max Lewis and just having a better overall game. We're still not where we want to be. He's still somewhat of an individual, but he can help his team so long as he understands that his success is other people's success, just like their success is his, or whatever I'm trying to say. You get the point. As long as he's rooting for his teammates and doing what he needs to do to make others better, it's going to reflect positively on him in the long run. So that's what I want to see. More unselfishness. I think most of our players are unselfish. He's probably the only one I've accused of being selfish on a consistent basis. But these are all young players that got to develop, and I think they went a long way in doing that over these last two nights. So it's a great game, man. Great game for the Lakers to have won. Like I said, the other team had guys playing extremely well, and we were able to overcome it. Defense of intensity was really nice out there over these last two games as well. Got to appreciate just the effort that these guys put forth out there. And it leads to winning, man. Team ball and defense leads to winning. So that's pretty much my take on this game, man. Great win, Lakers. Happy the summer league is ending on a high note after just a horrible first couple of games. 6 games or whatever was bad. These last two nights have been fun to watch. So that's what I want to say, man. BDL44. I thank you all for watching.